Okay, so here's the question. Are elephants doing well or not? It's a little different of a question than are elephants endangered, because it really speaks to the practicality, logic nature of whether elephants are doing well or not. There's a lot of complications, political maneuverings, all tied to whether an animal gets listed, endangered or not, traded or not. But is the population of elephants doing well or not? It's interesting when you look online or you Google, are elephants endangered or what's the status of elephants, you will find hundreds of non-profits. Yes, hundreds of non-profits that are raising money to save the African elephant. Save the elephants is a narrative and a rhetoric that has been around probably for the last 25 to 30 years. And you will hear the same rhetoric coming out of all of them. Number one, elephant populations have declined by 90%. This decline is true. The magnitude of it is up for debate because there's very few good scientific references of what the elephant population used to be like. Granted, today's society 2024 is not 1850, nor is the human population of Africa in 2024 the same as it was in 1850 or 1750. So the idea of comparing an elephant population today to what it was like in the 1800s or 1700s is a bit illogical, right? And secondly, the rhetoric you will find is that elephants desperately need your help. Well, is that true? Are those two pieces of rhetoric actually true? So let's just go country by country. Let's start in the south and move our way north. In South Africa, right now, you cannot give an elephant away for free. People have elephants. They want to get rid of elephants because they're causing too much habitat change for their liking. They're in a fenced area. And I have seen and heard of people saying, I have elephants to give. All you have to do is come and get them. And there is nobody who wants elephants. So South Africa right now is saturated with elephants. You can almost argue that there's too many elephants. Kruger National Park is at somewhere between 24,000 and 35,000 elephants, depending on who you speak to. Namibia. Namibia's elephant population is currently around 36,000 elephants, and they're pretty much at carrying capacity for the habitat that they have. There are efforts underway in Namibia in private farms that are looking to reduce their elephant populations, and they are starting to move elephants up into Angola, up into Zaire, in places that need elephants. So let's just go ahead and talk about them. Angola, we have no idea the elephant population in Angola, but we think it is very, very, very small. Angola is a massive country, and there's a huge opportunity to grow elephant populations in Angola. Same thing with Zaire. Let's go east of Namibia. Botswana has the largest elephant population in Africa. The Khaza survey area, which is 21 to 28% of the land area of Botswana, has counted 132,000 elephants. If you consider the other 72% of area in Botswana that is showing elephants being sedentary, i.e. they're living there permanently now in areas where they never had elephants before, you're looking at a population of probably 150 to 180,000 elephants. Way, potentially 3 times over this magical idea of carrying capacity in Botswana. Let's go to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, 80 to 100,000 elephants, depending on who you talk to, over carrying capacity. Mozambique, probably near or close to carrying capacity. Mozambique can still take some elephants, but not many. Let's go north. Tanzania. Tanzania has, at the last survey, 60,000 elephants, predicted to be the next survey, which is happening here in 2024, to be closer to 80,000 elephants, over carrying capacity for the habitat that is now available in Tanzania. Go further north, Kenya. Kenya is now at about 22 to 24,000 elephants. All other African countries probably could take more elephants. What I've just laid out to you is that, for the most part, Southern Africa and East Africa has no more space, no more capacity for elephants. Interestingly, if you rewind the clock 2 decades, you will read newspaper headlines, articles saying that if something is not done about elephants, now granted we came out of the worst poaching crisis we've ever seen, then we will have elephant extinction in 2 decades, wherein the reverse is true, and that we probably have more elephants today in Africa than we've ever had in probably the last 100 years. So are elephants doing okay in Africa? The answer really is we're entering into a time frame in which the conversation needs to move away from elephants being endangered to how do we manage the elephants that we have today with the habitat availability constrained to us by a booming human population. And the most controversial statement here is that we may have too many elephants already. With the human population in Africa predicted to go to 5 billion, currently sitting at around 2 billion by 2050, the pressure on habitat, the pressure for humans to feed themselves, to industrialize, on forestry products, will all mean diminishing habitat for wildlife and specifically elephants. It'll also mean increased human-wildlife conflict with elephants. Honestly, I think if someone did the analysis of available habitat today to the elephant population that we have, we would probably find out that the density of elephants is way above what suggested scientists recommend for healthy ecosystems moving forward. Which leaves us in a conundrum, really, right? Available habitat is decreasing and diminishing, and elephant populations are increasing. So are elephants doing well or not? There's my answer.